Hello. I kid you not. Just as I'm giggling and joking about my factful comparison of the Hierophant with the Catholic Church, I've censored the hot about. I only just know about the last. I'm just chopped off at the end of my rant about Arbonne, and censored for. I can't get. I was censored for talking about the Catholic Church. Put it that way. I was wondering what was going on because I'm thinking I didn't trim it. I didn't even edit it. I just put it straight up. I'm like, what's going on? And it chopped me off, and it's. I don't know. Anyway, YouTube. Good gracious. I guess I can't say anything. I can't even talk about facts from the bloody Catholic Church. So anyway, it just got cut off. So I'll lace these two together later on. It'll be part 1 and part 2 for the moment. I'm surprised I even noticed it was cut off. Anyway. There's heaps of other options, but that's not on. I mean, it's all not on, isn't it? I'm not even sure how to. That's a rant that's in me, but clearly I can't rant on this platform about what I want to rant about. Anyway, back to the Hierophant. So, basically, the 5. I've always seen the Hierophant. Well, I'm very mistrustful of institutions, and like it or not, the Catholic Church is an institution. Now, that is a fact that just can't be disputed, so I'm just going to leave that there. Institutions, higher education, religion, all that stuff. It's associated with a 5. But these are structures, and government structures are usually associated with. I thought I got it out. Decoration. I didn't. The Emperor, which I'll have a browse for. Anyway, so it's usually associated with the Emperor. No, what's going on? I don't know. See, I'm all in a flat now. Let's see my eyes. Okay. Now, so I've never understood why the Emperor, I'm talking about just traditional associations and meanings. I'm not talking about from a numerology based. The Emperor is always associated with government because we're talking about, like I said, the square. The Emperor's number 4, by the way. If I can find it. So that is, that makes sense because governments are rigid. They are structured and they're supposed to govern us, like the Emperor, number 4. But this is associated with religions and institutions in general, and that, as I said, it doesn't correspond to the number 5. When 5 is expansive, it's revolutionary and things like that. Whereas institutions are very structured and they're hierarchical. Oh, I got it out. So, and I've already said I don't like number 5. I won't rant about it, but it's just because it's uncomfortable. I like stability, and yeah, it's me. But yeah, even see, it says an aggression because Mars is associated with number 5. Yeah, Mars and Venus as well because it's associated with Taurus. But it's the aggressive side, the masculine side of Venus. Yeah. Anyway, and see, despite Venus, yeah, it's very it's supposed to be associated with beauty and that's all I can think of. Love. It's supposed to be love, beauty, feminine, all that. These ideals, but it's very image, I guess. It's very sensual. It's touch, tactile, feel. That's why Taurus is an earth sign. And it's fleeting too. And continually changing, because we've got the male, the masculine, and the feminine. Anyway, I won't go on about that. I don't even know how I got into it. Anyway, so number 5. So I don't know how that all got wrapped up in this institutional business, because it doesn't really, number 5, that's not what number 5 is. 5 is chaos. It is complete revolution of the 4, overthrow of government, all that sort of stuff. Actually, it's a good way to describe it. When you think of number 4 as being governmental, a revolution or an overthrow, what's the word? Oh, who knows? A revolutionary overthrow of that government is the 5, revolution. So yeah, it's a bit weird. So I'm very mistrustful of it, because I think these institutions are they exploit the chaos of the number 5. Religion, they exploit that uncomfortability, that searching, that yearning. And in my opinion, solely my opinion, we should turn within, look within for the answers here. In silence we hear, instead of external guidance, external exploitation. So, and even, again, it's societal learning. Like if you think about higher learning, university and things like that, they're deciding that you need to know this. When you think about the garbage that you learn, you don't need to know that. They've decided, society's decided that is the mask. They tell you, you've got to get around and parade in this mask to function in our society that we've created. So yeah, not a big fan of the Hierophant. And I always just hope, that's my associations with the card. I often see it in many different ways in reads. It very much depends on who you're reading for. And if they're very religious, this would have a completely different meaning for them, wouldn't it? Marriage as well. It often comes up as the marriage card. Because that's a societal expectation, isn't it? It's an obligation even. Yeah. But it depends on who I'm reading for. Like me, I know what that would mean if it came up for me, and it certainly wouldn't be bloody marriage. But yeah, it's all very, as I've often said, and this is the tarot is tailor-made. It wraps around you, like it's in your core values. This is why it's just so hard to. Yeah. This is why tarot should be a continually evolving discussion, in my opinion, because it can never mean the one thing all the time, every time, when you consider the influence of the other cards and who you're blooming well reading for. You get these rigid old schools and things like that. I love hearing bizarre twists and odd tales of cards, like the really odd ones. I actually specifically search them out, and I love them when they happen for me. I'm just like, oh, that is so weird. Like, especially when you get, I've gone so off topic here. Not that ranting about Arbonne was really a topic that was all that worthy anyway. But I just want to come back in because I was chopped off and censored. I can't even remember what I was saying now. This is shocking. I really can't, actually. All right. I think that wraps it up. I love it when, for me, literal things will happen from the card. Like, it's just so, there is so much within each card. Not only that, but your own personal associations with that card, or the so on and so forth. But there's often these just fantastic little tales about just really, I can't even think. Oh, one of my favorite ones is and I haven't got the card out. It'd be so much better visually. But anyway, so we'd have the Hierophant next to the Chariot, and that's the Pope Mobile. Like, really literal interpretations. I've often seen animals from within the cards, like the cat from Queen of Wands, things like that. I just love the way tarot talks to people individually, I guess, and creating your own language with tarot, programming your own deck, helping others program their deck. That's why I love the gift of tarot to people. People that I've read for over time and things, I can't help it, actually. Even when I read, I explain, because that's what you should be doing. I mean, otherwise I could just be making crap up, couldn't I? But I like to explain, and that, I think, helps other people. Maybe it's contagious that they get to understand the cards, and then they want to read their own cards. And I love giving that gift to people. And it's happened with, and I'm not upset. In fact, now that it's happened at least 3, and some others are sort of dabblers, but I now have tarot buddies that we can discuss tarot with. So I'm creating my own forum. But as a spiritual tool and as insight for my own spiritual growth and inner exploration and healing, thank God, thank goodness for tarot. I mean, possibly something else would have come up, I don't know. But these images spoke to me straight away. Like, I didn't look at them and go, I knew what I'm... No, they spoke at some weird... Because I was just looking in awe and... but the images, these archetypal images, there's something locked in them. There's something, and that's in the collective conscious or something, in the Akashic, I'm not sure. But they speak at a soul level, because that opened up my dreams straight away, exploring my subconscious, conscious connection. That's where it all starts. That's where it all happens. When we get that exchange of information, upper and lower, then we start growing. Once we get that free-flowing exchange, then there's expansion. Subconscious and conscious connection, upper, lower, God, divine, divinity. It's wonderful. And it, maybe not for everyone, I don't know. There's usually something that has to click into place that sparks that, dare I say it, awakening. And sometimes it can be, maybe it does spark something, but it doesn't kick off. These continually, I actually I get wrapped up in other things. I do have kind of a life. And when I get back to it, or if I haven't done a reading a bit, who knows? But it reawakens straight away. There's something in these images. The Rider-Waite plus the Marseille especially. Not Crowley. Yeah, I won't get started on Crowley. That's a whole nother 40 minutes. Much longer. Anyway, so in summary, Arbonne, I think it's how you pronounce it, who knows. Arbonne, there's shame-based selling and bullying tactics in general in selling their products or overpriced products, reminded me of the Hierophant. And we all have societal masks that we either feel obliged to wear or that we're shamed into wearing by external factors, I don't know what, or that we fear not wearing. these masks. And when I'm talking about masks, who knows? Makeup's a very good example, but it could be, heaven forbid, you're not driving a BMW, or, you know, that you don't have the latest lawnmower in the backyard. Keeping up with the Joneses, all that bollocks. How exhausting, or how much effort is involved in you keeping in this upkeep of this mask? Is it benefiting you? And it's always best to assess. And the Hierophant for me is always assessment of, who am I trying to impress? What am I doing that perhaps I just need to assess who I'm trying to impress, really, or why assess what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, an overhaul. That's the best advice I take from the Hierophant, is just doing a complete overhaul before the revolution, really. Hopefully it's a warning. Before the overthrow of government, how about we do a review? How about we do an inquiry and get to the bottom of things before we have some revolutionary overthrow? Okay, so Arbonne, the Hierophant, that's my link. And this is a loaded card, very complex. Thanks for listening, guys.